Wait, you think? Oh, Niko.
Hey, there's the
Big woman.
Niko. Oh, Niko. Oh my God, he looks amazing.
Hello, little boy.
Oh my gosh, isn't he just, look, Molly, can you see? Yeah, can you see? Niko, just see if you can scoot it across slightly further.
He'll run off.
Hello, Niko, baby boy.
Hello.
Oh, my sweetheart.
Hello.
You are just adorable. You look amazing. He looks healthy and vital.
Oh, he's lovely. And, you know, I thought he might struggle with running and stuff, but we're probably doing about 4K now a day, and he's quite happy. But
that's amazing.
Yeah, but so I've kind of done it. I've built him up slowly because obviously I didn't want it to be too big, you know, because his little leggy muscles, I would imagine they're a bit like a puppy's, aren't they? And they
they haven't had much exercise. They're not very.
No.
You find that with all the dogs that they can come over and they can have limps and all sorts of things, but within a few months, that's sort of resolved. There's Molly Moo Moo talking to Niko. Are you going to Niko?
He's so stubborn. He refuses to turn his head round.
Well, he's enjoying having a good old scratch, isn't he? Mum's scratching him, so that's fantastic.
Do you want me to tell his story?
Yes, it would be lovely to hear it.
Okay. Well, Niko arrived with us a few weeks before Christmas. So he's only just been here about 5 months now. When he first arrived, busy time of year, lots and lots of visitors at the house, and the poor little soul was quite shell-shocked and in a travel crate. But slowly he started to warm up and trust us all. And we discovered wasn't so interested in treats, but he responded really well to touch and being stroked. So I just spent a lot of time stroking him, letting him sniff you know, my wrist and things like that, and get familiar. And probably by, you know, just after Christmas, Niko had become a lot more confident, allowing strokes, belly rubs, and and licks and stuff like that. I've got 3 kids here, so it's a busy house, it's a noisy house, and certainly I would say by February Niko was getting a lot more comfortable and confident with the kids as well, and happier being around them with the noise level. And every time there was a little step, you know, in terms of accepting the sound of the washing machine or the Hoover or anything like that, it just makes you feel overwhelmed with pride and joy at how he's coming out of his shell, and how much I've been able to help him to become a dog and enjoy the life that he should. Now he's going out at least twice a day, often more at the moment. During the last few weeks of lockdown, he now wags his tail and jumps around when I'm about, and also when the kids are about. He will allow other people to pet him when he's out being walked. He is running up to other dogs and playing with them, allowing them to sniff him. All these things that for so long had been suppressed in him. And as you can see, he's really quite happy and relaxed to be stroked and cuddled.
And it takes a while, doesn't it, Sareeta? So it takes a while for them to come from that incredible journey that they've been on from South Korea to a home environment that is very alien to them, surrounded with, you know, yours is a busy household with active children, and, you know, you're all doing things, and it's takes a while for them just to acclimatize, doesn't it? How long do you think it took Niko?
I would say to come out of his shell and actually start showing and sharing his personality was probably about 8 weeks realistically. For him to just, you know, certainly to trust me, he needed to make a bond with somebody to start trusting somebody.
Yeah.
So I'd say about 8 weeks. But now, so here we are, nearly 5 months in, and things like the Hoover, he doesn't run away from it now. He actually kind of stands and doesn't go off just because the Hoover's on. He can be in the room with the washing machine, which for him was a big thing, because at first any noise like that, he was so petrified. He just didn't know what it was. So just with reassurance and encouragement and strokes and repetition, he's completely come out of his shell. But I would say initially about 8 weeks to really kind of decompress and feel a bit more at ease
and connect with you. So he started with you, and then you then become the like bridge between other people, don't you, in your family?
Yes, definitely. And from me now, he's really connected with the kids. I have a little boy who loves being very noisy, and Nico's kind of got used to it now. And he, if Gabriel's being a bit noisy for him, Nico will just kind of take himself off. So he's developed the confidence to make choices as well, because at first he didn't have that. So if he wants to be in the lounge on the rug, he'll come and lie down in here. If he wants to go outside in the garden, he'll go outside in the garden. So he's got independence, he's making choices, he's realized that he doesn't have to just sit and put up with whatever, which is all great, because it means he can remove himself from any situation that he's just finding difficult.
Which I think is fantastic, and it shows a great amount of confidence to be able to do that, doesn't it?
So that's kind of where we're at with him now. He as I said, he's developed his own personality, his own kind of, he knows what he likes. He's getting braver, trying new things. We go out in the countryside, he walks through streams and over logs and under country stiles, all of these things that we take for granted, which were completely new to him. He loves squirrels, he's seen his first cows, his first sheep, things that our dogs are all very used to, but for him it was all brand new. And he's doing so well. I get overwhelmed with how brave he is and how forgiving he is.
How forgiving of human beings he is, given that he was born into the dog meat trade, and obviously rescued from a horrific situation, and obviously destined to be, to have an horrendous death, and then be consumed by people. It's beyond thought, really. It's beyond anything we can even get our heads around, isn't it?
I can't even go there. He's such a loving and gentle soul, and to think that could have been his outcome,
and
just horrific.
And I think the surprising thing for me is that these dogs are born into a kennel type situation. So what they experience is something completely alien to having a relationship with a human being. But given time and given patience, whether it's 5 months or, in Ron's case, slightly longer than 5 months, they do come round and they show you, don't they, that they have good bones, they have good hearts, they have good souls, they're funny, they're soft, they're forgiving. And it's quite an incredible transformation, isn't it, from being utterly terrified?
It's amazing. He doesn't cease to amaze me when it's like having a toddler, and every day he experiences things with such joy, and you can't help that. That's kind of infectious. He's such a grateful little soul, and he's just brought a lot of joy to me and my kids.
Brilliant. What do you think of the dog meat trade, Sareeta, now that you know more about it? And of course, you've been chatting with lots of other people in our group. that we have a Jindo support group for everyone that has a Jindo type dog, that we know will be requiring more support than, you know, than some of those that just transition quite easily into homes.
Yeah.
What do you think of the dog meat trade?
I think it's horrific. The greatest horror is how they treat these animals, and dogs are man's best friend. Dogs are supposed to live with people. They trust people. You know, they give 100% of themselves to man, and to farm them and treat them that way is just one of the ultimate betrayals, I think. And
Yeah.
you know, and looking at this little boy and how much he adores us and he adores life.
Yeah.
To think that that could have been his outcome, it just makes me feel wretched. I can't even think of the words.
And Sareeta, what would you say to someone who's thinking about rehoming one of these dog meat trade survivors?
I would say it's not like getting a puppy and having a puppy from scratch. So it's not easy, but it is so rewarding. Just seeing them come out of the shell and the love that they give you and the loyalty that they give you is just so fulfilling on every level.
So would you do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. You crazy woman, you.
Yes, I would absolutely. And I love, you know, when we're out and walking, people always ask and they say, oh, what sort of dog is he? And then I start talking to them, and the interest and the story, and you know, other people are so interested as well. And they dog lovers, I mean, they're kind of their own little tribe, aren't they, really? Dog lovers and dog walkers. But the amount of support that I've had from people I don't know for what the work I've done with this little man is quite overwhelming too.
And
So,
what does he mean to the children? So they've seen him. Well, they've seen him go from a shell of a dog who comes with lots of fear, and they've seen him grow. They've seen him make mistakes, and they've seen him want to get out through the cat flap. They've seen him be worried during the night because he had a bit of separation anxiety during the night. And you've overcome all of those things. What do they make of him?
Oh, they adore him. They absolutely adore him. They all love, because he's got such a big character. They all love it when we're out on walks because he loves zooming, running really fast around fields, and they love having his lead and zooming with him. They think it's the best thing ever. But they love him. They're so aware of where he could have been, and we don't kind of dwell on it. We almost talk lightly about it sometimes between ourselves. But I think it's been a real important lesson for my kids as well, in terms of, you know, the lessons of the world, but also respecting living creatures, and how when you love something, you can open many doors and paths for them. For the dog, for the person, you know, it just teaches them important life lessons. Whilst we've given him a lot, he has given us as a family so much. I can't measure how much he has given back already. It's an incredible transformation.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. There we go. Hiya, Niko. Are you sleeping?
He's fast asleep.
Oh, he says, leave me alone, you people, you. What? And there's Molly Pops.
No, she's very content.
I know. From Molly and from Niko, we say, let's save as many as we possibly can. And please do come forward if you have got the time and the patience to give one of these amazing little doggies an amazing home. Thanks ever so much, Sareeta.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.